Good morning, AJ. We are halfway through our basketball season, which is really, really exciting. It's at our highest numbers that we've had, and we know that each and every player seems to be having a really good season. So, congratulations on that. We have been getting a lot of communications regarding the conduct and behaviors at our gyms, and we really want to address that so that people know that their voices are being heard, but also that we're continually improving. So, I have Caleb Bailey here. He's one of our board members. He's a parent and a coach during this basketball season, and he can provide a great perspective of what we're dealing with.
Thank you, Nicole. So I coach third, fourth grade girls, and it is so much fun. And we got our first win this past weekend, and it was so great to see the smiles on all the girls' faces to understand they finally kind of made it up that uphill battle. So I take my responsibility as a coach very seriously. I put a lot of time and effort into it. But as a parent, it's also exhausting. And I know what it's like to constantly, every single weekend, be dedicated to getting your kids to and from all their sporting events. And to understand when a call maybe doesn't go the way you want, how it impacts your kids' experience in that moment. And I understand how passionate and how emotion-filled some of those moments can be as a parent and as a coach. But we have a responsibility. Whenever our kids go into a court or into a ball field, that's a development zone. That's what they're there to learn. They're there to kind of learn what life lessons they can take from sports. And so they look to us and how we respond, how we adapt. If something doesn't go our way or we're down, how do we kind of handle our emotions? What does that look like? And then they're going to kind of start to model that based on what they see from us. And we have so many positive coaches and parents that are doing the right thing every single day. And the kids see that. They're seeing the positive examples you're putting forward. We have a few outliers. We have coaches and parents who are not setting the right examples, and that has to change. We as a community have to recognize that this is youth sports. They're entering this environment to learn and grow and set themselves up to have key skills as they go on in their lives. So I just want to say thank you to all of our coaches who really dedicate their time and energy to make that sports experience positive. I want to say thank you to all of our families who support all of our kids, who enroll them and understand the power of youth sports, and that's why they continue to register their kids and put them through sports. And I want to thank our referees and our umpires and our officials, because without them, the game doesn't happen. The game, it all runs through them. And so we have to be very appreciative of the fact that they are there for us and trying to keep things fair and balanced and safe. And it's our job to let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and as parents, cheer on the process, focus on the effort, not the results, and we all win.
That's a really great point. It's something we've been touching on a lot in our Feedback Friday emails, is that development doesn't just mean physical development. Emotional development is just equally as important. And we as the adults need to lead by example. Our kids are sponges. They look to everything we do to understand how they need to develop and lead in their adult lives. And that's something that youth sports is really great about. But where we are now is something we need to talk about. We rent gym space from the Avon Community Schools, and it's something that while you might be passionate on either side of the fence on the mask mandates, it's something that we have to follow, and there's times in our lives that we get to that point. So the rules are designated for the safety of all of our athletes by the schools, and it's something that we have to follow. So please take your time, consider the fact that we're in the gyms for an hour, and we need to follow that to make sure that we lead by example, but also that our kids have a safe play. As well, we need to talk about, as coaches and parents, our referees are out there and we're dealing with those shortages. We've been talking about it since last year, the shortage, and frankly, there's just shortages of employees everywhere. So if you're out there and you're being berated or yelled at because of a bad call, you may choose to step away, and that's not something we want to encourage. We want to show that Avon and AJA are better than that, and that when you come here, it's a great environment, it's a positive environment, and it's for our kids, because that is why each and every one of us are here. We don't want to get to the point where we have to limit spectators or get in code of conduct issues with our coaching staff or whatnot, because I know that every single person that's involved with AJ is here for the kids. So it's a big task that we're going to take on, and it's something that's super important to us. But we will be having a Zoom meeting with all of our coaches on February 13th, as well as we're going to have all of our board members, our commissioners, us here in the office. We're going to be out at the games on February 19th for an Honor the Day event, and we're going to go by leading a positive example of sportsmanship and reminding all of our players, coaches, and spectators on what it means to have a great sportsmanship and great environment for our athletes. I know that a lot of you may have watched the Olympics this weekend, but a prime example of great sportsmanship is that women's slopestyle. You saw that every single one of them encouraged each other to win, all fighting for the same gold medal. But they supported each other because they're out there and that's what it's about. They're out there to do their best, and that's all we expect from our kids and us as adults too. So we'll be sending out some more communication in the future, but we look forward to seeing you and we look forward to finishing this basketball season. Thanks.